ever get completely sucked into a topic? Like, you just got to know more.
Oh, yeah, totally. Happens to me all the time. What's got you hooked?
Lately, it's been blockchain analytics. It's like this whole world of data just waiting to be unlocked.
I know, right? It can be pretty overwhelming, though, all that data.
It really can. Which is how I stumbled on Flipside Crypto.
Ah, Flipside. They're doing some seriously cool stuff in that space.
For sure. So for anyone just tuning in, we're taking a deep dive into Flipside Crypto. And guys, this company is changing the game when it comes to understanding the decentralized world.
Absolutely. If you're into blockchain at all, you need to know about these guys.
100%. So let's break it down. What exactly is Flipside Crypto?
Well, the short version is they provide these really powerful blockchain analytics and data solutions.
Okay, and when I hear data solutions, I immediately think spreadsheets. Lots and lots of spreadsheets.
It's way more dynamic than that. We're not talking about just looking at raw numbers. Flipside takes all that blockchain data and transforms it into something you can actually understand and use.
So it's not just for the hardcore data scientists then.
Right. Whether you're a developer, a trader, or just someone who's curious about what's happening in the blockchain space, Flipside can make your life a whole lot easier.
Got it. And they're not just focused on one blockchain, right? I mean, we're talking about a pretty huge chunk of the crypto world here.
You're telling me. We're talking nearly 24 blockchains. Ethereum, obviously. Solana, Polygon, you name it, they're probably tracking it.
Okay, so that's impressive from a technical standpoint, but help me see the forest for the trees. What's the practical value for, say, a developer who's only working on one specific project?
Think about it this way. Wouldn't it be great to know how similar projects on other chains are doing? Or to spot trends as they emerge across the entire blockchain ecosystem?
Ah, the power of comparison. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Exactly, and that's the beauty of Flipside. They're giving you that broader perspective. You can see where your project fits into the bigger picture. And that's incredibly valuable, no matter how niche your focus might be.
So we're talking big picture stuff, but you mentioned that Flipside offers tools to work with their data. What does that look like?
Well, they've got this really cool enterprise-grade data architecture.
Enterprise grade. Fancy.
It's pretty sophisticated stuff. But they've also got things like SDKs, which are like toolkits for developers, and even a SQL engine for querying the data directly.
Okay, hold on. Back up for a second. What's an SDK again?
Imagine you're building a house, right? But instead of just hammers and nails, you have these high-tech gadgets that make everything faster and easier. That's what an SDK is like for a developer. It's a set of tools specifically designed to work with Flipside's data.
Ah, so it's like a shortcut.
Pretty much. It allows developers to build custom applications and do some really creative things with all that data.
Okay, so I see how this is amazing for developers, analysts, the more technical folks. But what about the everyday person who's just really interested in getting a better grasp on this whole blockchain thing?
That's what's so great about Flipside. They don't forget about the community. In fact, they encourage participation.
Oh, how so?
What you can actually earn cryptocurrency just by contributing to the platform. They have these things called bounties, where you can earn rewards for completing certain tasks.
Tasks like what?
Things like analyzing data, sharing insights. It could be anything, really. It's a really fun way to get involved and learn at the same time. And speaking of fun,
Uh-oh, I sense a but coming.
not at all. I was going to say, they also have this feature called Grail. It's like gamified data analysis.
Grail. Now that sounds interesting.
Yeah. It basically presents users with these complex data puzzles, and those who can solve them get rewarded. It's all about tapping into collective intelligence.
So it's like a competition, but everyone benefits in the end because the data becomes even more valuable.
You got it. It's a really clever way to make learning about blockchain engaging and honestly kind of addicting.
I can definitely see that. So much better than just staring at charts and graphs.
Totally. And it's way more fun to learn alongside a community of people who are just as passionate about this stuff as you are.
For sure. So for someone who's listening to this and thinking, okay, I'm convinced I want to jump into the world of blockchain, how would you suggest they use Flipside to their advantage?
Well, let's say you're interested in a new DeFi protocol, but you want to understand the risks involved before investing. Flipside can help you analyze its transaction history, assess its growth potential, and even compare it to its competitors. It's like having X-ray vision into the DeFi space.
Or let's say you're an artist thinking about jumping into the NFT game Reddit. You could use Flipside to see which platforms are most popular, what kinds of art are selling, and even how much to price your own work.
Exactly. It's all about having that data at your fingertips. Flipside empowers you to make informed decisions, whether you're an experienced investor or just starting out.
It's like having that insider knowledge, but it's accessible to everyone.
That's a great way to put it.
So here's something to chew on for our listeners. You know how everyone says data is the new oil? Well, I think it's safe to say that companies like Flipside Crypto are the refiners, taking that raw data and turning it into something incredibly valuable. But how far does that analogy go? What do you think?
Hmm, that's a great question. Where does it break down? What are the limitations? That's definitely something to think about.
Food for thought, right. Because as we've seen, the world that Flipside unlocks is pretty darn exciting, and understanding the data is the key to navigating it successfully.
Couldn't agree more.